Okay, guys, so we paused here while it was configuring the common task, and as we are restarting the play, now we can see that it has progressed to configure the database server, and what it does in the database server configuration. Let me explain that to you. Here it is. Okay, this is just a 1 GB desktop and Eclipse as well as not many editors are running. That is why it is running slow. Screen switching each time will take some time to clear with me. So the first thing it does is it install packages. What all packages? These are the packages which we define here. So we know it is going to install MySQL server. After configuring it, the first thing it does is it changes the bind address from 127, the local host, to all the IP which is available by inserting one line. Line in file is a Ansible module command where it find out what is there, find out a letter or a line which starts with this, and then if it is existing, it will go and change the value to this. Uh, while this play goes on, I quickly want to show you how do you do that. Is there's some problem going on with my internet connection, and that's why this is getting broken time and again. I log into the control machine, and from there we want to SSH. Yeah, SSH to the DB server. I hope DB server is 68. Yes. Log into the DB server, and we'll see how this configuration file looks like and how we are changing it. Fine. And the other way we could do the same job uh, is configure this file my.cnf in a other place, which is a pre-configured file. Keep it in the roles file folder, and then uh, just copy it in this location, and that's it. Set up your access rights, the group and owner, and that's it. So there are two ways you could do the configuration. One is going to the line, changing a particular line configuration. This is good when it is one line or two line, and when you can actually find out the right line by digits key. But when you cannot, when there is a lot to change, you can do it by copying the entire file altogether. And when you see that this configuration file is going to change based on the server's name and IP, or there are many variables, then you don't do copy, rather you do a template, which we'll learn later. Somehow we have used that as well. Okay, and then it's going to start the SQL server, create a database, the database name which we had defined in this, not here, we defined it here. Here we defined it, it is taking those names from this definition file and configuring it here, creating it here. It creates some username. This username password would have been encrypted. Just because of demo, I didn't give much emphasis on this. And then that's it. That's what is the DB server configuration. Uh, and as you see our play, that it has done all the steps it has done these changes. It is starting the server after changing the bind address. Then it is creating the database. It is assigning username, password, and all the steps has been completed. And then it is finally moving to the application role. Yeah, application role will continue, and to utilize the time, I will explain more about playbooks. So DB role we have seen. We wanted to check and see that database server is, yeah, you can see we have logged into this server. Okay, and we have, let's go and see the file. Sudo vi my store my.cf. Again, slow response from VM. Well, it has opened, and we search a line called bind. Here it is. You can see this is how it is changed. The earlier value was 127. I should have shown you before this could be done. Fine. So this is about DB server. Okay. And as a result, the DB server will be listening to all addresses. Fine. Let's learn a little bit about the application server role. What all it does in the application server. Application role again starts with it starts with configuring the IP address of DB server and putting it here. So how Ansible gets to know what is the IP of the newly created server? This is the way. Ansible always has uh, a way to gather information from machines. That's called gathering facts. And so whatever host it is connecting, you see it has connected to both the hosts here at this phase, and it was taking some time to gather the information to recollect that stage. So at that time it has collected the server's information into its memory. Okay. Now when we give this DB server name and try to get this Ansible SSH host, it will return the IP. Okay. It can also get to know the host name of the server, and then this host name is getting added in etc host file. This step has been executed successfully. Here it is. You can see this is the IP it has retrieved, and in the host file it has entered all this information. Okay, you can log into app server and see whether this is working properly. Let's open a new terminal. Proxy. Control machine, and to do SSH, but this time it is application server. IP is 69. is logging in. I will pause. So it has logged in, and we wanted to check the host file. Yeah, app server has the DB server information. If we go to this one, network information, network topology, this is the Ansible, sorry, this is OpenStack origin dashboard's password. So what we wanted to tell you is this, according to this network topology, we have these two network 176 and 5. Ideally this VM should be, if this is the application server, it should communicate with the other VM using this IP. But when you want to do that, you need a special security group to be created. Using this IP between these two is completely blocked today. We can do it by creating another set of security rule. Today we are using it using the native IP, which means it is coming through this router, which is not an ideal way to do it. Okay. By creating one additional security rule, we could enable communication between these two as well. Fine. And let's go back here. So you see this line has been added here as per execution step number this part, and after that it does installation of lot of packages. Okay, now package installation, as you can see, is time consuming. That's why in our image itself we have installed some of the packages which takes long time to install. At least on this particular VM it is time taking, because the hardware is very old and resource. But just to demonstrate, we have also installed some of the packages. That package installation is now going on. You see it had installed two packages. One is Celery, another is Django. These two packages he has found already installed in the while operating system was installed and image was created. But here it is installing afresh two more packages. After that, what it is supposed to do is deploy the code, deploy the code, uh, pull out the code from GitHub. Okay, now this is a place where we want to spend some time. Okay, it's very important when we follow this discipline of managing infrastructure as code, or everything being virtual, where your server deployment essentially is not a nuts and bolts, but couple of codes like this one, Nova create. It's very important that we have a software version control system, which is what's going on. So we use Git for tracking the version, the changes and the versions. So like the developer who has developed this DJP1 application, okay, he has written this application and pushed his codes to the GitHub repository. The deployment guy is also uh, writing this code and then pushing everything to GitHub. So how, because any changes which you are making here in this Eclipse page, let's make a small change here. second. Laptop busy. So we make some changes here. We issue, let's say, this, and then save this file. As soon as we save this file, we'll see that it is been tracked by Git here. That there is a change. It's doing it. This VM, you see, one changes. Okay, here it is. It has changed, and then we can drag and drop it here to stage this change. Okay, here it is. It will come here. And then we commit these changes to our repository, which will come locally. And then we could do commit to create this, make these changes available in our local Git repository. So what is a repository? Here it is to show you. We have these are the repositories for this code. We have one which is local. These are all local, but it has also got one which is at the server, and there are two servers. One is GitHub. One is GitHub. This is the location, and one is at the Git lab. Two servers are there where we will be pushing this code. Okay. Now we'll explain why there are two, and then we push these changes. Whatever there is spelling mistake, but I just push this change. You see it is getting pushed. Okay, this code will go to the server with a specific ID, change tracker ID, and here it is. The laptop is slow because recording is going on so many other activities. Okay, it's pushed, and this is the ID, which is a unique ID. Okay, and now this is good enough, and this change will now be available on my GitHub page. This is the GitHub page. I can refresh this, and to show 2 minutes ago there is a change. This is the ID. Let us commit, and all these files are available here. So this page is also helpful for all, apart from the video, to study this code in detail, and also you can clone it and run it on your own local machine. So that's how the codes are here with all the latest changes. But what I wanted to show you, the purpose is the developer as well as the deployment guy pushes their code here. Okay, and this goes into the version control system for multiple benefits. One, close coordination. Everybody knows what is the latest code which is running on the software, and what are the changes which are happening, who is making those changes, etc. Okay, so this is my GitHub site where you can see this is the application code, which is this portion BJP1, and this is the Ansible. This is the Ansible which we are now currently working. Okay, so this is about GitHub. But the purpose of pushing these changes is not only tracking, but uh, when a tool, additional tool is integrated with this version controlling system, like the one we have in GitHub, GitLab. GitHub is on the public network. We also created one source management system here. Internally, this is within our firewall, and we can see that here, after the codes are pushed, we can have a pipeline. This pipeline can define jobs that once the codes are there, what action it is going to take. It can do a couple of stuff. It can start a build when the code needs a software build, and then it can deploy on a development machine. And this machine, there is no point keeping the development machine continuously running, burning energy and costing the organization money. So that is why the DevOps come into picture. When the codes are pushed here, uh, you remember that this playbook was triggered by us manually typing a username, password, and Ansible playbook command, right? Here it is. This is the command which we had run. Here, this is the command which we have run, and this is our control machine. On that, this code need to be downloaded from GitHub and then run. These two steps can be also automated by through this pipelining process. Okay, GitLab is one tool which provides this feature, uh, but if it is not there, you can also use tools like Jenkins, which will allow you to do this integration. That is how a code change push triggered by developer can initiate a series of action till the application is the change is pushed into the production and it is live for the user. So that's the whole story one need to look at, and the benefit only comes from there. So once again, apart from this YouTube video, you have for learning this entire stuff, you have this GitHub codes available here. And if you want to learn what is this application, how we have built the application, and how the Django works, which we explained in my previous video, we had a post. Here we have a series of posts in my WordPress, and you can go through and learn about how we have built this code. Here, this is the code name, and then this is the first page. From here, you will get a series of links which will in detail explain how the application was developed till it was rolled out into a mobile application. Okay, these links are also available in this YouTube description section. Now that's it. From here onwards, this code will one by one deploy this task. Okay, have we reached up to this stage? Yeah, so it has already downloaded the code into the application server. You can see this is your application server. You can see by going to cd apt and then we know there is EJP1 is our application folder, and you can see yes, it is there. The Python codes are all downloaded in this, and now what it has done is a very important step is this one, make migration. What is it? Well, sometime back, while we were explaining the application architecture, we said that we write our database definitions in the model, and then there is one settings file. Where is that? Here it is. Here it is. What is the database we want to? What is the database engine we will be using? Whether it is Postgres or MySQL or MS SQL, and this two step is once you deploy the Django application, this step converts your model definition into SQL statement, and that's what is make migration. So it would basically run SQL statement like uh, create database, create table in the database, and stuff like that. Okay, and then when you run this command, it reads the settings file of uh, Django, and the SQL statements are executed. So on the database server, the tables are created. So these two steps are very important. And then these are all background task processor. Detailed descriptions are there if you are interested to learn how the application was written. Detailed descriptions are there in the what these pages. Here it is. Here in this section it will be there. You have to leave this page. Okay. So this goes on. Uh, do we have anything else to explain, or otherwise we'll pause to save some time? Yeah, after migration, all it does it configures the RabbitMQ server, then starts the background job processing engine Celery, and then configure the web server gateway interface for Apache so that Apache can serve this Python pages or Python scripts. Okay, and to save some recording time, I am again going to take a pause here.